What's good, folks? It's KnightmareFrame, and I'm here with a new Warframe video, trying to give as much love to one of the most neglected frames. Wukong, it's not your time. Law of Retribution is no longer, and Vauban lost his major purpose. No, wait, what am I saying? He can be better. Vauban has so much potential, but he's held back by his useless first ability and wonky second ability. He needs to stand on the same ground as other Warframes of today. Yeah, I get it. His whole shtick is being a CC frame, but he needs more. So DE, I have a request. I have so much to say, but it feels like there's not enough time. Everything that is Vauban, please rework, please rework, please rework. Alright, that aside, I made him work. No, I made him endgame with what I have available. He doesn't need no umbral mods or anything like that. So let's start off with his abilities. His first ability is something we ignore. Even the augments did not save his abilities. But his second ability, Mind Layer, while it's wonky, it has one very useful skill, and that is Concuss. Enemies that make contact with this mine get deafened. And now you're thinking, what the heck is deafened? Just ignore that deafen part, cause it doesn't mention this, and only till recently they added this to the tips, but this mine does radiation, which will make the enemies confused and attack one another. And what's really good about having radiation, it's to help fight against the effects of the ancient healers. Yeah, we can cycle through different mines, but none are really helpful in endgame endurance runs compared to Concuss. His third ability, Bastille, was the most needed thing alongside an VIDS in the Law of Retribution. For those who do not know what this is, or was, rather, it was what we called raids in Warframe, an 8-man squad mission, which back then was the only way to farm arcanes. Anyway, Vauban was needed because he was able to CC massive groups in areas. And this is exactly what this ability does. Enemies within the field are suspended and incapacitated within a huge radius, and multiple Bastilles can be casted. It's pretty much a spam ability. The number of enemies affected is based off your power strength. And finally, Graviton Surge. You know what I mean. Vortex. Vauban throws a ball that can stick to any surface, enemy, or ally. That pulls in enemies to the center of it. Very good to clump up a bunch of enemies to destroy them in one go. Unfortunately, it does magnetic damage, and that does not scale very well. But I'm capitalizing on his Vortex and his passive, which grants him 25% extra damage to incapacitated enemies. So your passive works with Bastille and Vortex. It's not much, but still, it's a damage boost. My build revolves around the new Melee 2.9.3.0 whatever. Since this will allow me to quickly shoot with my secondary and immediately shoot with my Redeemer. That's why I decided to go with my Mara Detron to strip armor and apply radiation procs and deal the main damage with my Redeemer. An unstoppable combo paired with the right Warframe. In this case, it's Vauban and his Vortex. Let's take a look at the build. As for the aura, I'm using corrosive projection, great for the armor strip, and the Exilus we have an enemy radar to help with pathing and to see where they're coming from on the minimap. Prime's continuity and constitution for our duration to keep up our ability up for a decent amount of time. Streamline for efficiency since Vauban's abilities are quite energy hungry. We got auger reach and stretch for a decent range, but not over the top. Adaptation to reduce some damage and prevent some status effects from proccing. Rolling guard is our oh shoot, let me reposition myself mod, where we go invulnerable for a few seconds when we perform a dodge roll. Vitality just for some extra survivability. Arcane Energize really helps to replenish our energy. And the last arcane slot can be whatever you want. I just use Arcane Aegis. It's not really needed, but it's there now. And since I do not have a primary equipped, the best way to deal with nullifiers is with the help of Magus Lockdown, as it can also affect nullifiers through their bubble. By going into your Tenno and void dashing near them, you CC them. Any enemy within 12 meters will be bound by this arcane, giving you some time to go in and take out the nullies. Moving on to our Mara Detron. Built for pure status and damage, giving us a 100% status chance, perfect to strip armor. And finally, the mighty Redeemer Prime, built for pure status as well with viral and radiation combo, with condition overload for that extra boost in damage. And lastly, my choice of Sentinel will be the Prisma Shade. Love this thing when doing endurance runs with squishy frames. Helps me to go invisible when things get too hectic. As you can see, Vauban doesn't really have a place in the game at the moment, so I wanted to find a good build to play him in more tough environments, just so he can feel viable. So yeah, if you got some love for Vauban, do give this build combo a try, and maybe enjoy him a bit more. Alright folks, that's been it from me. I do hope you've enjoyed the video, and if you did, feel free to leave a like, share, and subscribe. For more, links will be in the description. Thanks for watching, and as always, peace.